How you guys doing? This is Hybridsteel. Welcome to Friday night with me, and we're playing Hydroneer still. We're still going, and this is because it's Hydroneering time. That's basically it. We're just gonna be. Why is my screen? Come on, screen, catch up. Anyways, I'll wait for that to catch up, and I'm just gonna sit here and continue. And I'm gonna hit this, and I'm gonna hit that. I don't know why it's taking its sweet freaking time. Let's reload the page, shall we? I'm just reloading everything to see where... Yeah, there we are. I'm on there. Am I on there as well? Yeah, there I am. Yeah, I'm on the screen. Isn't that just done? Alright, okay, cool. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, if you weren't here for my morning stream, which in fairness, I don't know if you probably were. Zaulim, thank you very much for coming over on Twitch. You're like the first person here. Well done, mate. So yeah, I'm over here, and this morning when I was streaming, we extended how many drills were running. It does run. I did come up with my own problem, but that was because I caused my own problem by not turning on my compressors, and I had gems coming out everywhere, which was amazing. It was really, really annoying. So I learned from my mistakes. Always turn on the power, and they should always run, basically. So I don't know actually what I'm going to be. I know I've got to start building again, because I do want to upgrade. I haven't finished my struts yet. Okay, we need to carry on with the struts. So I need to get all my things up to the top, and then we need to go for a really big buy. You know, lots and lots of buying stuff. And I would say the worst part, like having a cart attached to you, is the fact that you have to, well, yeah, you have to mess around so much with them. It's really annoying. So let me just pull my carts back up there, and then we'll go off and buy some stuff, because I want to get these I want to get the actual bits finished. Number one, because it's part of the build, and number two, I'm trying to make this look like an actual working area. So that's a big thing. So I need stone and wood at the moment. I can't remember what the other cart was for. No, I really can't. Cool. That doesn't help me at all. Right, we'll whack this over here. Go and get my truck, which is on the other side of my lot. Trundle, 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 and then we're good. But it is coming along. Artemis, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Hello, hello. Right, yeah, so I'm going to get my truck. We got to go off and get some stuff. We got a pan, that's all good. And then what I've got to do is we've got to go and buy some struts and some scenery bits and pieces. And then when we come back, I'll start running the build again. We'll start going there. How much drills can you let go into one destroyer on how it's called? You mean a harvester? I'm going to be brutally honest. None of us have ever found a maximum. So have at it, basically. Go for it. It doesn't just be happy. You'll be fine. Just load as many as you want into it, as much as you can. And the reason why I'm saying that is because howdy Richie free. So the reason why I'm saying that is because right now there's 80 odd drills down there, and it doesn't make a blind bit of difference. But the only problem is lag. So just make sure you're not lagging as much. That's all you got to do. It is Hydroneering time. Yes, it is. So, yes, I did stream this morning, and the reason why is because I couldn't go to the gym this morning because I don't know what I did, right? Basically, it felt like I bruised my foot. Now, I can walk around on it now, which is strange, but now it just feels like the strain's gone up my leg a little bit. So, I think it's just basically where I've strained something whilst walking. Because I didn't do it at the gym, I did it after the gym. So I'm very confused. So I'll give myself the weekend. I should be okay by Monday, and I'll get back into heavy lifting, so it'll be cool. So for what I need the big harvesters when the small one can feed anything into them. So the reason why the big harvester is a good thing is because it basically creates its own water system. So once you hook up a giant harvester, you don't need the ice melter anymore. And the big one it looks cool. Really, that's all it is. It's just awesome. It takes on so much, and you can have like 4 different feeds flowing into it instead of just like one. And creating your own water source using the harvester genuinely just takes a lot of strain off of just having more pipes hook up to this and dealing with that. And it's like, you know what, just sort of annoyed with it. So yeah, that I did it over time because it's just better. You know, it's all good. And in the great words of Texas, bigger the better. All right. If it's bigger, it's definitely better. So bigger harvester, it's better. Genuinely. Just needs the hauler to move around. Oh, nice, helps a lot. No melting, but yeah, exactly. So you don't after you've run it for a little bit. So the best way to run it is when you first start it up, right? It's got no water in it, so you use the ice melter to basically kickstart it. Then once you've been running your machine for a little bit, you can then just turn off the ice melter and deconstruct it, and your harvester will basically take on the ice melter's role whilst basically harvesting everything. So you'll be fine. Right, we need lots of stone pillars today and lots of like wooden bits, and then I'm not sure what I don't know if I'm going to be building that today or I'm just going to be building it in my own time. So it's going to take some time to do all this. Yes. So if there is any questions and everything else you want answered for Hydroneer, chuck them in. I'm more than happy to sit here and answer them. I'm more than happy to talk to you about anything within the game or anything that's going on in life. So if you've got a topic of conversation or you just want to have a chat, more than happy to listen to you. Or if you just want somewhere to vent, please call a venting helpline or something. That probably would help a little bit better than me. No. Tell you what, stacking these is quite possibly the most like painful stacking thing in this game. All I need to do is buy loads of them.
Huh?
We're talking Homer.
Huh?
Just joining in now and heard you're getting building stuff, so I'm going to guess you're making your base in the nice... Well, at the moment, sort of, yeah. Your harvester always falls over too. It doesn't always fall over. It's if you can basically just set it down on the floor, you'll be completely fine. Hi, by the way. Yeah, that's right. Basically, the idea is at the moment I'm buying stone pillars because I'm building the corner sections of the actual struts for the mine. So the main like wooden sits that go up the wall, I'm building the platforms for those. That's what I'm doing right now. And at the moment, this is it. That's all I'm doing, just buying stuff. I think it was a 3-hour stream this morning. We did a few bits and pieces on that. It was good. Mainly, we bought 2 loads of drills, so we're now running like 80 drills, which is, it does get busy. Really, really busy. I've seen in your videos where you have grinders on the conveyors, where the dirt gets processed multiple times. Are those from a mod? No, they're just not in the game anymore. So they got taken out of the game going into 2.0 because, unfortunately, they became basically useless. We were testing them in 2.0, and because Max had basically decreased the size of the dirt that we were running on the conveyor belts, we were just sitting there going, so why do we use grinders now? He goes, well, you don't actually need to use them anymore because the dirt's really small. It's like, so why are they still in the game? Guess where they went. Yeah. The main reason why they were in the game to start with is because like the model of the dirt was like, it would get really big. And in order to fit really big chunks of dirt into the actual into the actual harvesters, back then, was they had to be minced down into like smaller sections. The downside is that now we don't need to mince them down to smaller sections because they literally come in like football shaped things, and your harvester is so big that there's no problems anymore. So they're basically old tech. I sort of wish that I still had a save that still had a minute, because they were one of those things that you just sat there and went, I really actually do miss little things like that. I miss optimizing things. So the problem with what we did is, because we tested the game, I'm going to be brutally honest, really well, and because we got to a point where we didn't need certain things anymore, we sort of just killed that customization for ourselves. It was like, but actually we enjoyed those little things. It's why yesterday, before I finished up, actually, was it yesterday? No, it was today. So one of my main problems I have with this DLC is it's not as fulfilling as the original version, like base game, when you've got like tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 drills. You've got all those like different layers of customization. You've got different ways that your mine's going to look, and so on and so forth. The problem with what we have now is that because this is just a DLC, it focuses on like 2 sections of the drilling in the drilling section. You're like, okay, cool, so what can I do? I can put all my drills on the bottom and build a plot that looks exactly the same as everybody else's. That's the problem I have. I do like the DLC. I do love the game. It's just one of those things. I've been a fan of it for many, 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 many years. But when it comes down to like the customization aspect, I feel that it took a step backwards. Now, if you were an original player of 1.7 or anything before that, we had David and Goliaths and thumper drills. That's what this reminds me of, because we've only got 2 types of drills and they're very simple to set up, and they both work on all types of dirt. So I sort of, I like it personally. It makes it a little bit more simpler, but I do miss the tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3. I mean, base game isn't going to go anywhere, so you're always going to be able to play it. But yeah, I mean, I did see a lot more customization with those builds over what I have now. Really. Again, it is just me. It's just my opinion. I don't know if anybody actually shares my opinion. That's what I'm new to this game, so I wasn't sure. No, that's fair. At the end of the day, it's always... I've got to be honest. It's always best to ask questions if you're not sure, because you're always... If not, you're going to be sitting there going, well, he's got those things. Why can't I have them? It's like, well, there you go. So genuinely, if you've got any questions, ask away, because that's sort of what... I stream this game because I really enjoy the game, but I also stream the game to sort of help out anybody that needs it. And I'm willing to take the time to help. I've sat here and done it before. We did. There was I can't remember the guy's name. We did technical support for his PC the other day on it. That's just what the stream's like. There's decent people in this stream, and they will help you as much as they can. And if they don't know, normally somebody else does, or it does come down to me. It's depending on what gets asked. If it's mathematical or logic, don't ask me. I put up that sign that says like "gone to lunch" at that point. That's not going to happen. But apart from that, yeah, I'm normally here for just any chat really. Oh, saying that, I did install Satisfactory today, so I'm getting ready to ramp up on that bit. Do I play Stationeers? I bought Stationeers. I took one look at that and went, oh my god, my head is just about to explode, and I haven't turned it on since. I'm not very good with logic, and that most of that game is logic based. And I was like, yep, if I play this, I will explode. That's awesome. Once I knows my buddy's PC over the phone ended up being a bad yeah, we've done similar on here as well. Like, we were helping people out with their graphics settings and bits and pieces. So yeah, it's all good, don't worry. It's a good thing he plays Hydroneer as much as he does, otherwise there wouldn't be any women left in the rest of us. No, there'd be plenty. I'm married. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of women don't like me. Apparently some do, but I'm just oblivious to them. I'll put this into perspective, right? And I didn't know until actually, and Kerry told me. So we went to a music festival a few years back, right? This was 2012. Was it 2012? Yeah, 2012, right? And I was DJing the event. So I was the DJ that was putting on the entertainment for after the shows. All the bands had finished. It was me playing. It was all good. And I was wearing my Redeemer t-shirt. And Redeemer are basically a metal promotion band for around the country. So I was wearing my t-shirt, and this girl comes up to me. You know, I mean, she was an attractive woman. She had bright red hair. And she started talking to me. She goes, "Oh my God, you work for Redeemer." I was like, "Well, you know," and we had this conversation. And I was just talking to her as if like being a friendly person. Kerry comes up to me and she goes, "You do realise she was flirting with you?" I went, "No." So blatant obvious. I have no clue, right? It was one of those things. I am an idiot, basically. And I've never ever shunned away from saying that. But yeah, it's just me. I'm just oblivious to whatever's going on around me a lot of the time when it comes to like men and when it comes to men and women and stuff and like attitudes and flirtation and bits. I ain't got a fucking clue. I just wing it most of the time. Do you hear that Manlords crashed Steam this morning? No, because I've already got it. I already played Manlords. Manlords is a pretty cool game. I liked it. Really did. I haven't played it as in-depth as like Biffa. I watched his videos. I was like, Jesus Christ, I haven't played it like this. He went into like so much detail. I just streamed it and went, yeah, it's pretty cool. That's all I did for it. That was me done on. Oh, Manlords is a really cool game though. I'm just, yeah, I was impressed by it. Like the detail is ridiculous. I've heard of a song called Redeemer, but don't think I've heard of it. Oh no. So okay, there is a band called Redeemer, right? But the Redeemer t-shirt I was wearing was a music venue. It was a music night. So basically, it was a promotion. And what they would do is they would put on events around the country in alternative clubs. So metalheads, basically, like myself. And at the time, I was looking at basically creating my own promotion, which is what I did. So I used to have a little promotion called Malicious. It was pretty cool. It was me one of my friends Steve, and a few people we would get into like basically do almost like be residents of the DJing world. And yeah, we called it Malicious for a bit, and then we were like lacking promotion a bit. And I was like, okay, cool. So what can we do? So I was looking around for like a thing that could help us like promote out the event. And I got hold of this guy, and I think it was Kieran. I can't remember. And I pulled him up. I said, "Is it possible that we could join your promotion, and we can basically supply an alternative like a rock metal night in the southeast in Kent?" And he was all like, "Well, you know what? We haven't got one down there. Go for it." So that's what we did. One year we did a promotion for Bloodstock. We did a couple of tickets for them. We did some bits and pieces, and yeah. Could ask you think Alex Terrible thing. I mean, Metalhead, huh? Gotta ask, what do you think of Alex Terrible taking the music world by storm? Gonna be honest, I haven't listened to a lot of modern shit. So I went in with a lot of like happiness and like we should do this and it'll be all good. And yeah, it went well for about a couple of months, and then all of a sudden it just died, like completely. Just there was nothing left, and it confused the living crap out of me. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't really understand what, and I just went, you know what? I think it's time. And at that point, that's when we basically quit it out. We just stopped altogether. I haven't done any DJing since, and that was basically 2013. And it was a shame because I really, really enjoyed those nights. I really enjoyed putting on the Malicious nights as well. We had a mix of... See, I would DJ for metal, so it'd be like, you know, I'd do like the old school like Deftones and Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Static X and all that crap. And then my mate was basically pure punk, so he would do like punk and punk rock, and so, you know, so we'd go from bands from like Rancid to Sum 41, that sort of stuff. And then I had, I think she was called DJ Starfire, and we basically pulled her in because she would cater to the EDM needs. Like we had like a load of neon goth come down, which were really cool. I really, really enjoyed those people. They were, even though they're goths, they were pretty cool, you know. So no crap against goths, But yeah, unfortunately, even with the variation of the evenings and so on and so forth, it just died. And that's where I called it. I was like, you know what? I can't keep trying to rejuvenate a scene that just keeps dying every time. And I tried 3 different times. I was one of the resident DJs at the club in Maidstone called The Loft. So we did there, and then that's where I started putting on my own promotion work, and that didn't work. Well, it did for a bit, and then obviously we turned into Redeemer. But yeah, it was just a shame that it all just died so quick. Like within a couple of years, I would say that we just lost an entire scene straight out. How you doing, Gray? And now I'm too old. Like genuinely, I'm like, I can't do late nights anymore. There's no way I can live that long. I'm just like, nope, it's not going to work anymore. But yeah, it was good while it lasted. I enjoyed myself. My DJing years were some of, like, I would say, some of my more memorable stuff I used to do, because it lasted for a while. The worst one I ever did, right? The worst one was, we did a promotion down the loft, and so the loft was 2-story club, so we had the bottom floor and we had second floor up. Upstairs was more like indie rock, a bit more like pop, you know, ooh yeah, and just like whoa, and you know, just, oh dear, we're doing this stuff. And so the idea, like, to promote the club, you needed to bring in some names occasionally, you know, bring in the bigger names and try and get people, like more people in, and it would work out a bit better for you, and you were able to, like, make more money for the club and so on and so forth, and that was all good. So we did this big promotion. It was me, my mate Dan was with me as well, and there were about 15 or 20 other DJs. We did, like, from 10 o'clock at night till like 4 in the morning. We didn't stop. So we kept going. We had like a couple hour slot each, and we would come off, and then they would be alright, and it was all good. So that was downstairs. We were just basically alternative metal, yeah, bro, that sort of crap. And then upstairs was more indie mainstream, and that's where they made a bit more of their money, because the club space was bigger up there. Their bar was bigger, and because it was like a bigger bar, they were able to bring in bigger names. So the guy that ran the event he had a contact with Radio 1. So it was a big thing. It was like, oh my god, okay, cool, we can get in his names. And he got hold of one name, and for the rest of my life, this will be the black mark on my entire DJing life. And unfortunately, I was on the same flyer as Ian Watkins from Lost Prophet. Now, if you don't know who Ian Watkins is, go and check him out. You will fucking hate that dude as soon as you find out who he is. Because forever, my entire time of, like, knowing about DJing and everything else, that was the scar on that'll be the scar on my memory for the rest of my life. That I was on the same bit of paper as him, and I wish I could scrub history. I really do. Yeah. But this was before anyone knew what he did. So that was the problem. And that's the thing that sucked the most about it. It was like, shit, you know. But yes, as soon as everyone found out, I was just sitting there just going, oh, bollocks. Because it had to go at, like, what I did as well. I was so bad. Peter Paulson, how you doing, bud? Yeah, 2 streams in one day. Gray, how you doing, bud? Thank you very much for kicking by the way, guys. But I love telling that story because, I don't know, I think it's just because that's where I sort of was when I was younger, and I really enjoyed it. But at the same time, it's like it's not a good time. What are you building? I'm building a pillar. Mainly because I need to get this one finished. See, there's times like these, I really should be running my machines. To me, it looks like a pylon of some sort. Well, this is the thing that's holding up the whole platform. So, it has to be a bit stronger. But that's the idea, is to build around it. So at the moment, that's what it looks like. Let me just go and turn on the old machine, shall we? So let's turn the lava on first. Let's go! So they're all working, that's all good. Turn on the drills, turn on the harvester, turn on the water. And now we chunder. Looking good. Oh, my eye keeps watering again. There we go. It should just chug along quite happily now. Yeah. As long as there's no lag, we should be fine. Right, cool. This is 80 drills running, by the way, so it is starting to chug. Just a little bit. I think we're around sort of 20 FPS. I just got the DLC, going to play it today at some point. Good, man. Enjoy it. Just be happy. You know? It's more Hydroneer. And I know you like Hydroneer, so you should be fine. This is 80 drills running. By the way, I haven't run this since we upgraded. So during my stream today, I ran it at 60. I haven't run it at 80. So this is running 80. This is the first time I've had this running, and I could already feel the lag. So it is definitely there. I mean, I'm able to still run around, that's the main thing, and because the belts are a bit shorter, we should be alright. But this is going to be one of those, I'm going to get to like 100 and it'll be like, yeah, we can't really run this much anymore. I'm sort of stuck. It'll chug, it really will. And there we go, so that's now finished. Where's my hammer? There's my hammer. There we go. Ta-da! Right, so that's done. Now, I didn't need to buy all these, but on the plus side, if I do need to buy them again, I can, yeah. There you go. We just got all that lava just burning all over the floor. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's only a health issue. But there you go, that's what it looks like from up here. What do you think about other mining games like Gold Rush? Mate, Gold Rush for me, I mean, do you mean Gold Mining Simulator? Because, yeah, Gold Mining Simulator, it had to change its name. Me personally, I really do like Gold Mining Sim. It's a cool game. It's basically how the TV show used to be. We call Gold Rush, but you're not allowed to call it Gold Rush anymore because of contract. So it's Gold Mining Sim, but it's fine. No, it's a good game. They are at the moment patching the crap out of it though, and the reason why is because currently a patch went through for the PC to upgrade its optimization and a few bits that were basically the update had actually caused it to bugger up on, which is fun. And according to one of the devs, that will be fixed for console. The patch was put in now into their update, so it could happen late next week, basically. So they're just waiting for all that to happen. All of the problems that have basically happened with the console versions, because the game has never been updated since the old devs put the old version in. It's never been updated, so they've had to do the work for it. And that's what's happening now. So now all the updates are going in. It should work a lot better when that has actually gone through. And then I don't know what's going to happen. I've got to be honest. I'm in the mindset that Gold Mining Simulator 2 has to come out. And it's just me speculating, but they do need a second game. Obviously, it needs funding, so that means that the DLC cost, which was like what, for £4 each. Genuinely, that's basically. That's funding, like, I would say, the next project. We definitely need a new one because there's not really another game out there like it. You know, Gold Mining Sim or Gold Rush, there's nothing else like it on the market at all. So we need something that's going to be good now. And I think that's what we're all waiting for. We're waiting for, like, the next version. And I'm going to be brutally honest. Venomous, KYS, how you doing? What have you missed, Sean? Not a lot. We're just talking right now. So one thing that I would say that we're missing in the whole like gold simulator stuff is that we're waiting for like the next game. And when the next game happens, that's when like a lot of us come back out. You're my favourite YouTuber. Thank you very much. I would say that's when a lot of us are going to start coming out of the woodwork again when it comes to mining games. Because right now we've only got like Out of Ore. And Out of Ore is a good game. I haven't played it for a little while because I was dealing with the update for this, but at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, we're just waiting for like the next thing. I mean, the thing that's happening next is version 1 for Satisfactory comes out, so I'll be on Satisfactory because it's going to be V1. We're all going to be like, hey, it's the final game, final release. It's all good. 7 Days to Die literally just came out of beta alpha as well. So this means 7 Days to Die might actually become something that we could all play. And this is now out of alpha, so going into beta testing and beta upgrading, which means the game is becoming finished. It's only taken, what, 10 years? It's taken a long fucking time. So we're just waiting for it all, and it's just waiting for all these things to happen now, and that sucks. I don't have a lot more time to wait. Yeah, 7 days, man. When that got put into beta, I was like, you gotta be joking. That was like biggest news of gaming history. Like, I never thought it would ever happen. I genuinely thought, if I'm gonna be brutally honest, I thought 7 Days to Die was gonna be an alpha for the rest of its life. I never thought it would ever come out. Ever. But man, the game looks a lot better now. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. So I'm just plodding by with it all now, because I've got to be honest, it's looking better when games start coming out properly. It really is, and it's good for the soul. But yeah, that game's been in alpha for so long. it was just one of those. Oh my god! Oh, and we got Foundry next week. Yeah, on the 1st of May or 2nd of May. Was it? Claws. When does that come out? Because I know you're probably still in chat. Is it 1st or 2nd? Because Foundry is going to be a good one. Foundry is going to make me confused. In a good way. I think it's going to be a real good game. I mean, the demos that I've played of it are pretty cool. The game looks pretty cool. It's like, it looks voxeled like Minecraft, but you're a robot that builds massive factories. It's all good. It's a bit like Dyson Sphere Project, but without the Dyson Sphere. It's like the project version. Yo, bro! How you doing, Mr. Cowboy? Second of May, there you go. 2nd of May. We'll be on it. Thursday, yeah. Yep. Should be right. Should I kill myself? I wouldn't. There's a lot to live for life. Yeah, I mean, things do seem pretty shitty at some points in life, but you'll get through it. You always do. But I definitely wouldn't kill yourself. It's not worth it. It's not you that feels the pain. It's everybody else. 2 streams in a day, yeah. Well, as said, I was gonna be at the gym this morning, but I couldn't. I can't walk properly. I'm sort of just a hobbling mess right now, and it's all good. Fist bump, a boom. Yeah. What about me? I'm doing okay. Slowly feeling fitter. Joining the gym on the 28th of February was a cool thing. It generally gave me a little more purpose to actually wake up and do stuff, which is pretty cool. What the fudge is that? Okay, that's pretty cool. I might have to set up a little bucket up here because I know why that's happening. So the reason why this is happening is because there's so much going off the main ramp. That it's basically messing around. Can you give me some tips on how to start Hydroneer DLC? I have done every video about how to start Hydroneer DLC and how to do everything. Just follow the guide and you will be fine. That's all you got to do. Not bad, is it? We've almost got a full continuous line of gold now. Almost. 10 more drills, guaranteed. Boom. 10 more drills, I reckon we'll have a full load. I just had a drink. Thank you very much for thinking about me, though, for hydration. It's pretty cute. I don't even know how long I've been running this for now, but we really should start making another load of drills. But yeah, so the pillars are in place. Obviously, I can't do that one, so I buried it into the wall. It was like, yes, it looks cool. So that one's like the main pillar. And then I'm going to put a wall over this. I'm just going to like junction off the box so you don't see any of the wires. It's just going to be a big like wooden pillar. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go for aesthetic wise. I might just put glass in. Just so it doesn't matter where you are. You can look over the build. I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out. Wish me luck. I'm about to start on May planning channel. Cool, man. I'm about to start a new project myself, and yeah, I'm really I gotta be honest, I'm sort of scared, if I'm gonna be brutally honest. Basically, I've come to the conclusion that playing random games on this channel isn't working, so I'm gonna play those random games on a different channel. Everything else is just gonna come onto here. So if I'm playing things like this, or Satisfactory, or Gold Rush, or My Garage, or if I go back into CMS, that sort of game is all going to come onto here. Like the side project stuff, like I would get for like Playways and everything, I'm going to put onto a different channel because no one watches over here. Hello, bro. Do you think there is any chance this game could make it to consoles? No. Still waiting on Gold Mining Simulator to fix. Update just went in. So basically, the PC version's just updated. The console version that's basically going to happen over the weekend. They put the patch in, so console should be updated by next week, and that's basically how it is. By the way, how much core stone you got? Lots. So that's my core stone auto miner, my auto smelter. I have no idea how much is in it. and I could find out, but I don't really want to. And then what I'll do is I'll just set this. I'll set the chain off now. So give me a second. We'll just get to the top. We'll turn off the drills, right, and then we'll be okay. Thanks. No, that's okay. I literally only found out today. I went and asked a question. I was like, "Does anybody have an update?" Because I'm getting asked in my community now. And one of the devs basically turned around to me and said, "Yep, things are happening this weekend." And the reason why this happened, and I don't blame the new devs for this at all, but the project itself, when they put the DLC in, and that came up with all the updates from the PC, when that got pushed through to console, don't forget, console has never been updated, right? So no consoles have ever been updated. So when they pushed this patch in, it basically broke the game because it's never been updated. So they're having to rework everything, and it's like, oh my god, yeah, it's a lot of work. I heard that console will be getting updated in the newest version soon. Yeah, it's going to happen next week. Definitely next week, because the patch went through today for PC. Stay tuned. Dem bones, dem hard, yeah. Oh yeah, the bones are an absolute bitch. Trust me, I've done it. I've collected the bones 4 times, and each time I'm always stuck on one. It just happens. Right, so that's all my bars coming up. We'll be okay. Ooh. I can't harvest them because they're there. That's really annoying. I've got to build a new staircase as well because I can't keep using this one. So the easiest way you can do it, when you're like looking for the last few bones, is go into your screen camera, screenshot cam, and then change it to nighttime down here. If I can try it, yeah. So if you change it to nighttime, the bones glow. And then you can look around using your camera. And if you see a glowy bone, you go to the glowy bone. It's that simple. There you go. Yep. Right, so that's Cloutium. That's another 5,000 Cloutium. So that's not bad. And that's another 8,000 core stone. Not bad. Turn the water off. Take this. We're going to jump in the hole arm. We're going to get some more drills. Do the bones change spots? Not when you change. Not when you load up, no. So what happens is when you load into the game initially, all the spawns have already sorted themselves out. So every bone will be out. When you come back, all the bones are in exactly the same place in that save. If you started a new game, then yes, your bones will be in different places. Basically. That's how that works. So you said no one Hydroneer coming to consoles. It uses too much resources. That's what you're like. Well, I bet. So here's the problem with running on console is, in fairness, right, a PS5 would struggle running this game. How I know this? My PC is just above a PS5, and under load, this PC struggles at about 100 drills. Yeah, it's this PC is very resource heavy. This game is resource heavy. Sorry. So the problem with that running on console is that Max would have to then build a console port for the game, and he would have to try and make it work on console, which would be more difficult. The other downside is that this is why a lot of games, this is why I changed over to PC in the first place. I still own consoles, but predominantly on PC for gaming now, because a lot of games that I enjoy playing are never going to come onto console, because the indie devs just don't have the resources to move these games onto console, That's just how simple it is. When you get a company like Drago, the guys that make get a pump simulator, get the gas pumping sim, they've got the funding to do it and the studio size to do it, but other indie devs don't. So this is why I went over to more PC gaming, because you just got more of a variety, and there's more options of getting free games as well. If I'm going to be brutally honest, a good reason for coming over to PC gaming is the free games. Like, the amount of free games I've got from Epic already, I have a library full of games I'm never going to play, but they were free, so why not? Didn't you stream this morning? No, I didn't. Not at all. I did not stream this morning. It's a blatant lie. I'm not sure where all this is coming from. I did not stream this morning. Satisfactory on the console. I would love to. Yeah, no. It would. Yeah, Satisfactory is another one. I don't think it would work on a console. This is the problem. I mean, he doesn't. The thing is Josh doesn't need to break the game on console. He broke the game on PC. Why does he want to do it again on console? I mean, all you'd get out of it is like just good promotion. Yeah. Hey everyone, this is Josh, and today I'm going to break a game. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen like 1 or 2 games on Steam or on Epic. I was like, you know what, I'm going to play this. Like, okay, I bought PC Building Simulator 2 over there because it's not on like Steam. So, yeah, I don't. When that game comes out on Steam, I'll play it because it'll be like, hey, more people might come and watch my streams. Yeah, I think the consoles would have to play a minimum. Yeah, so, well, no, they wouldn't have to pay on minimum. So that's the thing. The brand new consoles now, well, I say new, right? PS5 and Xbox, whatever fucking generation, I don't know what it is. If they just stuck to play and making it called the Xbox 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever, I'd be able to follow the generational gap. But calling it the X, the XS, and the X this and X that, it's like Twitter. You know, I don't care as much. But if on both the up-to-date consoles now, they could run these games, but they are resource heavy. The problem with like indie games is they're not as well optimized as like AAA titles, because they have a mass amount of studios, they have a mass amount of people working behind them to make the best game for all platform. When it comes to an indie game like this, it's resource heavy because it can be, and that's why you don't get a lot of indie games on like consoles. And that's a shame. But this is the problem with a console. You don't really get to upgrade it. You don't get to really do anything major to them. And they're just sort of there. Consoles are designed for easy access to gaming. You pay a couple of £100 for a console. It's going to last you about 10 years. And then you go off and buy a console for another couple of £100. Nowadays, though, you can buy a micro PC, which is almost as good as a console, if not in some respects sometimes better than a console. And I think going into the next gen, I would be more advocating for people to get a mini PC over a console, because just being able to access everything easier. You know, I mean, okay, you won't be able to pay on PlayStation Network because PlayStation are quite anti-social when it comes to just being on. They're like Apple. They're on their own. They're happy and they don't care about the rest of the world. They just like themselves. That's fine. So when it comes to it, if you owned a PC, like I do, you have access to Xbox Microsoft. You have the Xbox Game Pass. So this means that I don't have to own an Xbox to be on Xbox. I can just use my PC. And this is why Xbox are declining in sales, because people are now just using their PCs to play games. They don't really care about the Xbox itself. So yeah, Xbox becomes an app store instead of just a bog standard store of actual games. And that's just another access for gaming in general. And again, PlayStation haven't done this. I don't think they will do this. If Nintendo joined the whole you can get our stuff on PC, the world is starting to go down this route, and then it becomes that everybody just uses PCs. Consoles die a death, unfortunately, but everyone has access to a lot more stuff instead of just like a thing that can only play one thing. And that is my main issue with consoles, and it's always been my main issue with consoles. You never being able to like actually move out of that space. Hope you had a great day. Yeah, it was alright, man. Thank you very much. Yeah. But yeah, that's my argument for it. I mean, consoles have a purpose, and I'm not taking that away because I am one of those people who use them. They are for people who cannot be bothered to do PC gaming, and I understand. They are for people who just want to come home after a day at work, their kids have gone to bed, they want a couple of hours to sit down, play games, and forget the rest of the world exists for an hour or two. They are like, get rid of reality for a bit, and they're fine. That's why I like consoles. I use my console to get away from this, like to get away from doing YouTube for a bit. I don't think about doing YouTube. I don't watch real YouTube. I don't do nothing YouTube whilst I'm on my console, because I'm more intrigued of just being happier and being away from everything that can distract me for just for a couple of hours. PC will always be better as you can just upgrade it. Yeah, okay, so alright, no, okay, I'll put that into perspective. PC will always be better because you can upgrade a couple of parts. Okay, cool. To put this into perspective, go and buy a graphics card, which was what, 400 odd quid. That's my console. So that one component will cost you the same as a console. And this is why I'm more in tune with the idea of having a micro PC, because a micro PC is the same expense as one of these and can be better. And that's the thing. So I'm more of an advocate of those right now. And if people who like gaming, who enjoy playing on like Xboxes, I'd say more Xboxes, because as said, PlayStation users are in their own little ecosystem, and I get it. But a micro PC, you're able to use the Xbox Live Network, you're able to access Steam, you're able to access like itch.io, and you're able to access like Epic and everybody else that does games, and you've got a lot more variety. And that's why for me, if people are just like, hey, I want to play some games but I haven't got a lot of money, buy a micro PC. Or get a small form case and you can buy a PC for 450 quid. We did. It hasn't got a graphics card. It's on Ryzen graphics being built. Still works on games. But that my main argument, and it's the one thing that I do stick up for like consoles genuinely, is that you buy a console for X amount of money and they are genuinely cheaper than PCs. Then if you want to buy a PC that's the same cost as a console, number one, you're either going to be giving up some sort of performance, which is a bit of a shit, but that's what you're aiming for, or you buy like second hand and you never know what has happened to it before. That's where it gets a bit more dicey. Any tips on excavating a big enough hole to get a heavy harvester deployed? I'm using the lava Thor and just making a mess. Alright, so the best way you can do the lava Thor, drive backwards and point the guns down. You'll thank me later. At some point, maybe. Basically, the idea is that if you're driving forwards, it gets messy. If you drive backwards in a line and point your guns down, you're melting everything. As you're driving backwards, you're melting everything behind you, so you don't dip down. You'll just keep burning away at the stuff behind you, which means you can just go up and down doing this and not have to like make a lot of mess. It works a little bit better, but I use the roller mainly because I was looking for artifacts as well. It's just me. We are at the end of our Cloudium and Corestone. Damn. How you doing here, Wolf? Welcome. I think I just ran out of Cloutium. I guarantee I've probably got like 4,000 worth of Corestone left. Maybe. I'm here, had to call in, never slept last night. Oh, that's great. Does the lava Thor burn up the... No, nothing destroys the artifacts. We tried. I tried using TNT, the explosive barrels, and a nuke, and it still didn't die. So no, they're pretty safe. Alberto Torres Padilla, how you doing, sir? Welcome. I'm doing alright, mate. I'm doing okay, let's put it that way. That wasn't supposed to happen, but it's fine. So if your drills get stuck when you're loading them like this, I'll show you what I mean. If you end up doing this and it's like, oh, it's not coming out, double tap F real quick. You'll be okay. Don't worry. Explosives will blow up things we've built though. Oh yeah, you'll just blow up everything. That's fine. The relics are bomb proof. Don't put a nuke next to your build. That's just stupid. Hey, finally. I have a cleanup plan. I did as well. I just didn't build anything until I found things. I was like, nope, not gonna happen. We're good. What things you get from tier 3 store? Nukes, Thor tank level 3 canisters, tools level 3, plans level 3, a vein finding helmet, and there is something else and I can't remember. But yeah, that's basically, you get everything. It's fine. At that point, you've got everything. You're fine. You'll be okay. The most important thing out of everything, though, generally tools level 3. That's it. And the reason why it's the best thing you can have is because as soon as you've got your tools to level 3, you can get your drills down to level 3. That's it. That's all you need to know. How many drills do I have? Set up 80. It's not a lot. I was looking at Higgs boson Matt's setup today because he posted up his pictures on. He posted up pictures nearly every day of like his build. I think he's up to 500 now, so that's pretty good. After this lot, I should be near enough 100. Near enough, maybe. We'll see. No, I need that. Go out. Yes, well done. There we go. And if you want to know how to get off of this land quicker and you want to get down to flat, push escape, go to unstuck, and back down at Dawn's Rest. I don't care what anyone calls it. I'm calling it Dawn's Rest. I can't. It's weird calling it Dawn Rest. If I had 81 drills, my game would crash instantly. Yeah, unfortunately, some people just can't run it, and I get it. You know, as said, I've said this loads of times. Unfortunately, this game is quite resource heavy. It kills PCs. When's Gold Mining Simulator 2 drops? Will you play it? Yes, I will. I will. Yeah, I will play that game a lot. If it drops, whenever it drops. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know, and I haven't got a clue. But yes, I will play it if it does come out. Because, I got to be honest, it'll be new. It won't be like 10 years later and I'm just getting back into it. You know, it'll be like You know, cool, we can play this for a couple of years, we'll be fine. And I could do all those tutorial videos again about how to make things better, how to do this and how to do that, and I'll be back in my element. Yes, I would enjoy myself, I really would. But unfortunately, Gold Mining Simulator 2 is a non-existent fiction at the moment. It's a bit of a shame. Just so long as all the drills don't count like a dental. I don't know, I've had dental drills, they're alright. I mean, they're a bit funky, but I've had enough work on me done now to go, yeah. The only thing I'm still a little bit weary of, and I don't really want it to ever happen, I'm going to be honest, is a root canal. And I've come to a conclusion that if a dentist ever turns around to me and says, well, we've got to do a root canal surgery, I'm just going to say, just pull the fucking tooth. I ain't going to take that crap. I'm just going to get rid of it. I don't care. Just make a big hole. We're all good. Because I don't care. I would rather not have the tooth than go through a root canal surgery. So I'm good. Just yank it and don't care. I almost got them to pull the top one up here. I had to have a filling up the top. And they basically gave me an alternative. They said, we can either do a filling, we can do it now, or come back in a couple of months' time and we'll go. This was when crap was happening over Christmas. So, okay, I walked out the dentist, said, I'll take my chances. And every time I went, as it was getting closer, I was like, I wonder if they're going to pull the tooth. I wonder if they're going to pull it. Because she said, basically, it was like, if you don't do this, we'll probably have to do a root. I was like, no, you're going to pull it. I'm not having a root canal. I'm just not going to put myself through that much agony. I've seen people come out of surgeries in tears, and I'm like, you know what? Oh, that's not for me. So, I know it sounds like me wussing out and stuff, but I'm quite happy by not having it done. That's what I needed, a root canal, so I told them to take... Yeah, that's exactly how it's going to go for me. I ain't going to put up with it. I'm just going to be like, no, take it, get rid of it, don't care. God. No, I try and sit there and just go, okay, I'm going to man up, I'll deal with this. But a root canal surgery, I'd rather just not have the tooth. Just no way. It's not that important, you know. I can eat Weetabix, I'm okay. Oh, you twig. This thing sometimes is so sketchy. It's like, what are you hooking up to? Absolutely nothing. Seriously? Jimmy, Jim. Right, up a little bit. Right, left a little bit. Right a little bit. Forward a little bit. Little bit. No. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. All you gotta do, yay! Well done. I'm gonna go hit the sack. Not a problem. Have a good day. Have a good sleep. I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow, if you didn't know, tomorrow I'll be playing this again. Right. So we're playing Hydroneer tomorrow, and on Sunday I'm probably going to be looking at doing some other game. I have mentioned it in my community feed. Mainly just because I want to see what the updates look like. I want to see what the game looks like now. I haven't played it for a long time. More than happy to look into it again. I'm going to be playing Fallout 4. And I don't give a damn what people say, because you've probably got the same sort of thoughts as me. Not a big fan of the story. Gameplay is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to have Fallout on Sunday. I've been playing the 76 for like the last week. I'm back in the universe, baby. I've had better luck dropping them off the side of the truck. Yeah, but I set them up like this. I got to be honest, I did this morning and I didn't have a single problem. Now it's just like, no. See, that's how easy it was. I was literally dropping them all like that every time. You love this game? That's a good game. If you like automation and mining, well, automation. I wouldn't necessarily call this. I know it's like it's a mining game by sorts, but like technically it's not. I'm not taking anything away from it. I genuinely like this game. Mining game for me, like in my head, a mining game is like Gold Rush, basically. That's a mining game. It's not supposed to be here. There we go. Right, so I got 2 more to put in. On this side at least. That's not going to work because my truck is going to overdo that. See, it's so big, it's just like, whatever. There's stuff below my wheels. Who cares? Don't forget, if you are enjoying the stream or the videos or anything else I've done on the channel, hit the like, subscribe, notification button below. This is Controls Engineering, the video game. Yeah, a little bit. See, every drill I did this morning was like that. Stick them in, it's all good. How you doing, Doug B? Doug B in the house. Anyways. Nope. Yep. He Wolf has been a member for 20 months. A boom to you, sir. Thank you very much for the support over the time. I forgot to put the flip. Like, I need to put a reminder up for myself. don't forget to add stream avatars to the stream next time. Right? Donut, well done. Oh, sucks that I haven't. I keep forgetting to put that on. Pardon me. And for some reason, turn it on and save. It might work. I don't know. If you do want your name in green, and so, a lot of the time I try to have like little avatars running around the bottom of the screen. Basically, you become a member for as little as 99 cents a month. You can become a member of the channel, help support. And I was sitting here, we were sitting here at the stream the other week, and it was if every single person who was subscribed to this channel became a member, right? I would, first off, I wouldn't ever have to run adverts on the channel. Secondly, I would be a full-time streamer. I'd be a full-time YouTuber and streamer. Which at the same time was sort of a scary thought. It was like, oh my god. Yeah, that last like sniggly, like, I don't know. I would say it's almost like an itch at this point. It's like it would have actually come true. But, you know, we'll get there eventually, maybe. See how things go. Oh, that's not him. 99 cents a month is pretty good. Well, sort of. When you consider YouTube takes 30% of that, so I would actually be getting like 70 cents a month. But yeah. Right. It's really weird that's not going green. I think we might be too close to it. Yeah, I think we were too close. Patrick Stanzel, thank you very much for becoming a roadie. Most appreciated. Yeah. Boom! And the bags are in the back. Thank you very much. But yeah, I basically, because the thing with YouTube, right, is I know that the most of the people who watch like gaming content are either younger people who don't have a lot of money and they're a little bit scared of spending the money, and I get it. That's why I don't ever really normally ask for people to become. I say once in the stream of what it does. That's literally about it. So I know that a lot of people who watch this sort of content don't have a lot of money, and there was like, I really wish I could help. I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't expect anyone to spend $5 a month. I don't, and people do, so that's fine. But that's up to them. When it comes down to like younger people who like they want to help but they don't really want to spend that much money, and I get it. Or the people like myself who are in the situation where you don't get a lot of money and you still want to help out a little bit. So 99 cents, I was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. So, but yeah, that's where it all goes. And that basically, and the money comes in, and then it gets shoved into either games or yeah, normally just bills, really. Hey Hybrid, how's the night going for you? I was doing alright, Texas man. I'm doing alright. Just sort of, like I said, I've been playing this, like, I played this morning. I'm playing it now. We just set up another load of drills. So 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, plus the 20 odd down the side. We're up to 90 odd drills now. 90. It's a lot of drills. I'm guesstimating about. You're welcome. Thank you for me. Oh, that's right. That's right. But yeah, it was. I know that I do speak to other YouTubers who, I mean, they do have like the fans who are, you know, they're willing to put money into it. And I get it. They're bigger people. They want to be part of it. I mean, that's why I have a Patreon as well. So Patreon, I lock that at $3 a month, and the main reason for it is I can't do tiers. So because I don't really have anything to offer people, and like I can't do an extra video here and there, so you get like extra content because I put all my videos on here. So I figured if people just became like 99 cents members on here, they're getting all the perks you would on Patreon. It's just Patreon is like, oh yeah, if you pay $3 a month over here, then I'll put more videos over there. I don't have that time. So if you become a 99-cent user over here, you get. You basically just helping at that point. You're doing exactly what everyone does on Patreon. It just, you get it cheap in comparison to doing what other YouTubers do. I finally got all tier 2 drills cleaned out. All the drills moved to tier 3. Now cleaning out some tier 3 and put 4 heavy drills down there. Excellent. You'll be raking it in soon then, mate. But yeah, Patreon was the reason why I set up my Patreon was because I got hacked, and I was like, shit. So literally, what I did is I set up Patreon within like a couple of minutes, and I was like, if anybody wants to help, then you can, and you know, members would maybe go over there and check it out for a bit. But that was when I was getting hacked, and when I got hacked, that was brutal, really was. But thanks to some of the people that subscribed over on Patreon, it was most appreciated. And then I know that people over here stayed here, and thank you very much. But yeah, that was one of those times where you just sat and just went, everything is about to go to crap, and it did, like real quick. Right, so we're running 90, so there's 22 little drills across the bottom. We've got 24, 48, 50, that's 60, 72, 94 drills. Not bad. We're running 94. That's a continuous line of hard stone, though. It's ridiculous. We're at 549,000 hard stone. That's mad. I thought the last time you counted, you only had 11 in a row. No, it's 12. I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 in a row. Yeah. And then there's 22 little ones. Yeah. Oh no. I think when I counted last time, I did screw up and I missed one. Don't worry. That again, that was just me. I'm going to put this up on the Hydroneer Discord, so give me a second. Media. It's all good. Right. There's my stream. It's good, man. It's a lot of gems. The worst part about having this many gems down there now is like, am I going to have to make them compressed down here? There we go. Yeah, so 92 and it's running. I want to say I'm probably hitting about 20 FPS, around that. I don't know how many, maybe a little bit less, but I think we're doing alright. So you logic smelt down at the bottom and then send the smelted bars up to the top. Yes. Yeah. Because having them down here takes away some of the lag. Because could you imagine all that stuff going all the way up here? It would just cause a lot of stutter. So yeah, I shorten the route. So yeah, that's what I do. I mean, you don't have to do that; it's your choice. But I mean, if you're only running 10 drills, it wouldn't be too bad. But if you're running to this amount, then yeah. Where did you get your name from? Okay, so the origin story of Hybridsteel. Okay, so back in the days of the Xbox 360. When I bought a 360, I was looking for a gamer tag. A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far away. So, originally, I was called Deafening Still. No, Deafening Silence, right? So, I was originally called Deafening Silence. I'm like, okay, that's a pretty cool name. Turns out I can't spell deafening properly. And I was like, okay, I'm illiterate. But other than that, I'm fine. So, instead of being the idiot on Xbox who couldn't spell his name properly, I changed my name to Hybridsteel, and it comes from Hybrid Theory from Linkin Park. And I used to work in a metal factory, so I worked with steel all day. That's where it comes from. It's a boring name, but there you go. That's the origin story of me. Unfortunately, I've got to be honest, if I was part cyborg, I would definitely upgrade for eyes. Like, mine suck. I want eyes that work. It is a shame we can't just go pop. Okay, I need some new ones because I don't mind because I've worn glasses all my life. I really don't mind them. It's just part of me. But I'm like, yeah, I'd prefer if both my eyes actually worked. That would be a good start. Yeah, Linkin Park's first 2 albums and Minutes to Midnight was all right. But I mean, I basically, I mean, 2000 came through and all of a sudden there's this band called Linkin Park coming in with this song that's just like nobody's heard it before. Yeah, I remember when they first came out. And then after Minutes to Midnight, it all just sort of, for me, Linkin Park for me went down that mainstream route, and I wasn't really. They went more. You could play their stuff on the radio, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it." I've got a friend who's like really into Linkin Park. Like he went to as many gigs as he could. He has all their singles and samples and everything else, and I get it. But for me, I'm like, I couldn't deal with the fact that they went from like being played at metal festivals, and then all of a sudden they're like a pop band almost. I was like, no, I'm done with this. I didn't like their change. I want a body that works. Make me wish that we had transporters in real life. You do. You got like electric scooters. You can get a mobility scooter. You'll be fine. Ah, you want a body reset? Oh, I suppose. So very much for subscribing to that person. If you are watching, thank you. If you're not watching, then you don't know I'm talking to you. And that's a bit of a shame. If you'd stand on the sorter belt in multiplayer, would the sorter sort out the other players? No. The game isn't designed like that. It's a funny idea, though. I like the idea. But unfortunately, no, it doesn't work. So for some reason, nothing's getting caught up in the corners, which is nice. Oh, yeah, I made a hole. Alright, down and then up the stairs. That's what they're for. Walk up the stairs. There we go. Turn the harvester off, turn the bucket on, then turn the bucket off. And there you go, there's my bars. Thank you very much for the follow. Is it Opera and Gaming? Why could I not... Operant Game. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry if I can't say your name properly. I'm a moron. I'd like to see how much you got from that run. How long did we run it for? How long did we run that for? Because then I can tell you how much clouting we got on Corestone. And shards, actually. Shard would be a good weight. Actually, if I knock this out and knock that out. So they're the bits I already had. Right. So those two, we'll weigh those in. Good night, Hybrid. I'm going to go sleep. Not a problem, Alan. Thank you very much for kicking by for this long. It's most appreciated to have you here. Have a great rest. I need one. We got another 2,000 in Cloutium. And this will be about 3,500. 3,100. So that's alright. Have you heard any word about the bird? About the Lux items from the original coming to the DLC? Like, no. I don't. I'm pretty sure they're not coming. This game is basically standalone. If it's not in this game, then it's not coming over, basically. So, you just play it and be happy, though. Is there a logic timer in the game? No, but you can sort of build one. You have to go and check. Like, if you go and talk, if you go and check out the Discord, I guarantee there is somebody in the Discord that could help you build a timer. But you do have to build it. It's not just in the game. That's the worst part. Also, I was talking to a guy this morning, and he said that when you've got your spanners on a conveyor belt like this, if you turn them upside down, the hitbox is bigger, and it works. And I was like, oh my god, it does work. So it's amazing. All right. I learned something new today. And that never really happens on this. It was a good day. I'm pulling the crap out of my nose. There we go. Right. What do I want to do now? We've run the belts for a bit. We've built a little bit. Close to 100 drills. I mean, what, we were 92. I mean, technically 96, but those ones weren't running. I reckon if I get to 100 drills, I reckon that's basically it. you know, for like stable like actually working. I think after that I'd be like, you know what, I'm just not going to worry about doing this anymore. Yeah. It's all good though. It's all good. How much gold do we have? We had 12 million or 10. Yeah, no, we got 14 million now. Save. I only understood that you apologise for something. I also don't understand what you're saying because I'm from Brazil, but I really like this game. I watched it whenever possible. I didn't know how to say your name properly, so I was apologising for that. You can set up the logic circuit to a counter. No, I can't. I don't know how it works. Would you like a system in-game to craft all the stuff you have to buy, or at least pipes and belts? Yes. One thing that I always... the one thing that I've asked for 2.5 years, and it's never going to happen, unfortunately. Oh, that's green now. Cool. Oh, that's blue. So... the one thing that I always wanted in this game that was not in the game, and I said to Max this would add something different to the game. Do you remember the old blueprint system? So if you don't know the old blueprint system, basically we had plans of stuff that we could build for ourselves. So we could build a kettle or a sword or a gun or an axe, and we had these little things that we could build. And I sat there and just went, well, you could bring back the system and have those items that we could actually be like giving to people. Like this guy wants like a kettle made of like 300 gold, so we could make a golden kettle. Now the best way to do it is you would go off and buy the blueprint, and you'd have like a blueprint board of like things that you own, right? And then you would have a printing press, and the press, you'd put your 300 in, so you go click into a hole, it would melt the bar, you pull the lever, and it would print a 300 pound gold kettle. Right, and then you would take that gold kettle to a person, and then they'd pay you in tokens, that sort of thing. And I was like, this is how you expand out on the blueprint tokens and actually make it a reason for doing it. You give us tokens for it, which is the in-game currency if you want to go and buy other stuff, and it gives you something else to do instead of just building stuff and doing stuff that doesn't really matter anymore. So that was my thought on it, and the reason why I was thinking this is because people start getting to a point in Hydroneer where you've got nothing more to do. So if you open up a shop where you can buy blueprints, and you can buy like plans for an axe or a kettle or a teaspoon or a knife or just everything, right? And then when you go and pick up a quest from somebody, it gives you something else to do. And that was what I was like, why aren't we doing this? Why isn't this a thing? And it's like, well, and I was like, this needs to be a thing. Like, this is the reason why, you know, actually I should go and get these made. The reason why people play this game is because it's fun, and you know, you can play this game for a long period of time and genuinely be happy. If you give them things to do that's productive, more people would play this game. So the blueprint system for me could have been extended out to having a printing press, which would make other people play this game for a little bit longer. You've got something else to do. So that's literally the only thing I've been asking for in this game for like 2.5 years. And unfortunately, it's never happened. And then the blueprint system, I came up with this idea after the blueprint system was taken out, because at the time I sat there and went, well, the blueprint system's pretty bloody useless. Thinking about what it could be utilised for now, it's probably one of the better things you could add back into the game and actually utilise it for more things to do. And another way of earning tokens, instead of just building, oh, you need an axe made of this, and this. How about, okay, I want a teacup set, or like 2 teacups, one made of 200 cloutium, the other one made of 300 gold. You build those 2 teacups, take them to the person, and the world is a better place, you know, and you get paid for it. Yeah, that would be that's my idea. And unfortunately, never been put in. But you know, I get it. The thing is, it's not my game, and I've said this several times. It's not my game. If I wanted it in the game, I'd have to go out and make the game myself. I don't know how to make the game myself, so I play other people's games. That's fine. But if you know, listening to ideas and stuff from the community is how a game grows. And I genuinely think if that was actually part of this game, I think people would actually enjoy it. Or at least they would look into it and then go, oh, it's all right, isn't it? Like pretty much how I look at most things in games. It's all right. I mean, it's okay. But yeah, it would just, I think it would just add a bit more of a dynamic to what we actually do when it comes to crafting and supply and demand. Instead of just, oh, I'll build you another sword, or I'll build you a ring. You know, I want a teapot with a ruby on top. All right, we can do that. You know, the teapot can be made of cloutium, so you put your cloutium in, you put you get your printing press, and boom, you made a teapot with a ruby on top. Yeah. And the other thing that gets me is like, because we make so much material and so much money, why is everything so goddamn cheap? So that, again, it's one of those things. Copper Dinosaur, welcome to Twitch. How you doing? Thank you very much for popping by. It's most appreciated to have you here. Hope you're having a great day, afternoon, morning, evening, or whatever time of day it is for you in wherever you come from. And then that's basically how I have to greet people, because I ain't got a clue where you're from. And I have never done this before. This is the first time I've ever created these. Because I've got nothing else to do. I've finished the game. Oh, I'm literally building for building's sake right now. It's like, okay, cool, we're going to do drills today. I've built like... How many drills have I done today? What, 30 drills today? Lots of drills, right? And then I've done a little bit of building work, but I'll do building work in my own time a lot of the time now. I might just cash in and be like, okay, you know what? I'm done. There's 40 million quid. Don't have to worry anymore. I'm still waiting for my hardstone to go up to like 9999999 though. As soon as that happens, I feel like I've finished Hydroneer. I feel like that's the end game. One more. Boom. Yeah. Were you hoping for a boss to fight? What, in this? No. There's no bosses in Hydroneer. It's a sandbox game. It's a chill game. Like, part of the reason why I really like this game and the reason why I've played it for so long is just because it's calm. You know, I mean, I've said this before. I've said this a couple of times in my streams and vids that, like, the main reason why Hydroneer like resonates with me quite a lot is because it sorts out this sort of thing in the back of my head that keeps things in order. And it does help. Have you patched Hydroneer lately? I'm showing patch come out earlier. I'm pretty sure I did. Or like build a forge of your own. I don't know. A forge of my own. I think the forge where it is fine, but I think a printing press, being able to actually make stuff would be a pretty cool thing to do. David B, how you doing, sir? Thank you very much for kicking by. Hydrosaur is the final boss. Yeah, because you have to find all his bones. Yeah, that's a proper boss fight, because it's fighting with your own time. So I don't even know how much this boosts my pressure up to, by the way, because I never gauged the lava drill. It's like, I don't know, which means I'm just about to boost my pressure in my drills and make them work faster. Which means more money, more money, more money. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I think of like a huge project of which you need a huge mine. The only problem with a huge mine is the lag. And that's a prevalent that's a real prevalent thing in this game. Lag is a major problem. I love it when I join the stream and Hybrid goes, more money, more money, more money. Yeah. It's a shame I don't have more money, more money, more money. Oh. Right. I really do need to buy a gauge, actually. I want to see what the pressure is coming out of that. So I need to go to the pipe store. I don't know how much this boosts. It would be nice to have some stupid stuff to buy that was really expensive, like a yacht. Well, I mean, that volcano statue is really bloody expensive. And it's a lot of flipping work as well. That's 100,000 tokens. That's more than 100 jobs in this game. It's really expensive. And I got it, but man, that was a proper grind. I sat here for like a whole day just making stuff for other people to get that statue. I was so bored by the end of it. I'm like, I'm just done with this right now. Yeah, there is nothing you can. So that's the thing, like I said this in my stream this afternoon, like that 342,000 in the pot, I've had that since it was 500,000. I've literally spent 160 grand on and that's it. That's all I've spent. There is nothing else for me really to spend money on apart from things I've already got, things like conveyor belts and pipes and things like that. But apart from that, because everything's so damn cheap, you don't really use your money, which means there's no real point of having loads of money. At the point where I'm up to, the only thing to do is build, really. Since when was there a volcano and a force field? I thought that was made to disturb the ecosystem by fishing and selling rocks. This is the DLC. The volcano is actually the reason why it's called volcalidus. Is because that's what the volcano is called. It go boom, yeah. So this is the DLC, this isn't base game. Right, so what's the pressure of this now? 368. That ain't bad, you know. Increases intake pipe pressure by 30%. This guy drank a fire resistant potion. Yeah, he's got fire resistant boots, I think. What is at the bottom? At the bottom of what? In the base game, you can add mods that add trophies, but when you get to a certain point where there isn't in it even enough. Huh? The idea is don't use mods if you want trophies. That's the plan. Don't use them. I think, actually, no. If you're talking about the mod that you could use to get trophies with, that got taken out of the game, along with the person who made it. That person doesn't exist in the chat anymore. It doesn't exist in the Discord anymore. His mod was removed. And the reason why his mod was removed? Because it was cheating. We gotta turn the lava on. It's gonna be like this is like we're gonna run now. We're gonna run. Right, so we're running at 368% pressure, which now means that all of that is now running a lot faster. Like the drills are drilling faster. Is he banned from the game? No, he's banned from the Discord and he's banned from adding mods to the game. Hello, dear Hybridsteel. First time watching one of your streams live. I discovered you and it helped my game a lot. Well, thank you very much for watching. It's most appreciated. Why does it matter if people cheat? It's a single player game. Well, technically it's single player. It's actually a cooperative game, which means it's it's a lot of a bugger. Basically, the reason why it was cheating is because Max put it into the game. If you wanted to have trophies, you played the game properly. If you didn't want trophies, then play the game like a cheating Arab. And that's just how it is. But the idea was to, if you wanted to play, you had to play in vanilla. You had to basically earn the trophies yourself. The hard work that you would put in to actually have that thing was why it was there. If you wanted to cheat, which was using that mod to be able to play the game and get trophies whilst using mods, then that's not what the Max designed the game for. And thankfully, Max, being an active developer, instead of just letting things slide, took control. Turned out and said, no, you're not doing this anymore, banned him from the community and took his mod offline. That's it. And if you don't like it, go and play a different game that isn't moderated as much that you can cheat on. We don't give a damn what you do. I just like the fact that Max actually stepped in as an authoritative figure, because there's not a lot of devs out there that would actually do that. So if you don't like it, go and play a different game. It is that simple, you know. And mainly, actually, cheating goes against things that I stand for in gaming as well. So me, I don't care what you do, but know that your actions do have consequences. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, so the mod bypassed the ability to get achievements. So if you play with mods in this game, you're not allowed to have, you're not supposed to be able to have achievements. That's just how it goes, because it gets locked off because of the way that the game is designed. But as soon as you were able to bypass that, that's what was cheating about it. So that's why Max took control. And, you know, fair play. And by the way, since we upped the pressure, look how much is actually coming across that belt now. That's full pressure. That is one line of gold. Arr. We're now running so much it sucks. The frames are going to really start dying as well. I don't even know what we're running at right now. Yeah, I'm going to have to load. I'm going to see if we can load up MSI Afterburner at this point. MSI. This might crash my game, maybe. It did last time. F1. There it is. It's running at 12. It's running at between 11 and 12 FPS. But my CPU's sitting there still clearly like 69 cells. It's like, dudes, I'm fine right now. It's only using 16,000 megabytes of RAM, by the way. That's not bad. I'm so glad I got 32 gig of RAM. There you go. That's what 11 FPS looks like, by the way. It looks all right. I guarantee if I get this to 100, it's gonna be below double figures. We'll have to do 100 next time. Yeah. Saying that though, I have got stuff stuck on that. The sorters seems to be quite a bit of the problem. It's just churning. So when it was slower, I was getting stuff stuck here on the sides, but that seems to have stopped now, which is nice. Maybe this could be one of LTT's benchmarks. I've got the problem with Hydroneer is that you have to build it all out first. There is no benchmark tab, which sucks. But yeah, being able to run this much, I do count myself lucky being able to actually run this. But man, does it get laggy. Something's stuck. I think the thing I find funny though is that this is only 100 drills, and it's the animations that's causing the issue more than anything. But you got to think, like, when I was working on like 1.7, I had 1,000 drills running, and I had like 5 FPS left in it. How much could a souped up PC take? If you had a I don't know, what's the top end? 4090 Ti. If you had a 4090 Ti graphics card and a Ryzen Epic chip, an i9, that's not souped up, man. A 4090, yes. I would say that if you had a Ryzen Epic, you know, the big flipping like slab of a chip, and you had that build, which is going to cost you like 30,000, you could probably run a really good setup. But like when Linus built that computer, it was like 30 grand. I was like, jeebus. Yeah, that would run Hydroneer really well. I think my main problem is the gems now. Like, because they're all coming up here. So they are literally burning up this way. They're coming up this section. They're all here. I don't really want them. I think 100's a good target. So it should drop down to like, it'll probably go up to like 58 FPS. Because I run this game on 60 FPS. I run this on like just really restricted because of all this. I've never actually turned this. Let me just, here you go. Let me just do something. Let's turn off. Let's turn off that and go to max FPS, and it just goes up. We'll see where it sits. This is where it just doesn't do anything. Did it save? Yeah, I've turned VSync off. Max, turn off. Max FPS. So I think it's now stuttering because of just the amount that's here. So this is within a short of time. There's another 8,000 pounds of Cloutium. There's 3,500 pounds of Corestone. Basically, we probably had more. We had more Cloutium come back from when we went to go and get drills and stuff. But I would say that's an alright time. It's not bad. So tomorrow, I don't know. I'm probably looking at building more tomorrow. We got to do a shopping trip. Should be fun. My spanner bags keep missing my repair setup on the conveyor belts. Turn them upside down. Do that. So if you turn them upside down, the hitbox is bigger, so it will catch. It's weird, but it does work. You want to see this work at like non-restriction? Right, let's turn the fail-safe on. Wasn't me that thought of it either. That was somebody else. Your GPU was the bottleneck because your CPU was 33% usage. Well, the GPU is a 2080 Ti now. But this game's resource heavy on something. Well, the GPU's at 34%. The CPU's at 71 degrees. The CPU's only being used 34%. GPU's 31%. Too bad you couldn't turn off the animations. The animation, I think that's the thing that's really part of the lag in it. It is the animation for it. And don't forget, now we're actually running higher end, like the lava flow, so the drills are running faster, which means there's more stuff now on the belts. The only way to minimize that now is to literally have each one flowing into its own harvester. And then just sorting out straight away as soon as it comes out. Well, no, it can't be added because the drills have got that set animation. I hope it doesn't crash as fast. No, it ain't crashing. It'll work, but it's just... So my GPU is at 28%, my CPU is at 32%. Well, that's what we're looking at now. So let me just move something quick. There we go. If I turn that off for a second, right, you can now see what's going on my computer. Right, we've now got a full setup, 90 drills. My GPU is running at 28%, and my CPU is running at 33%. And that's 13 FPS. From up here it's working, but it's going to be tight when it gets stupid. I'm not sure about running. I'm not sure. The only way that I could really like turn this down now is to put gems into a compressor down that end. That's basically it. Oh no, from down there it'll be about the same. Oh, I turned it off ages ago. My settings, right? Everything's running on high, off bloom, off motion. If I just turn all this down, bloom off, that off, DLSS off. Everything's off apart from my max FPS. There we go. We'll just turn everything off so it looks all crappy. I'm still running at 12 FPS. So it doesn't actually matter about all the other settings I put on. I put everything else up to high. And for some reason it goes, oh, I want to turn motion blur on. No, turn motion blur off. That's fine. There we go. Looks the same. Yeah, this thing's having a fit now. 627,000, 628,000. It's pulling a lot. Running 10 FPS. Hey, now we'll turn the drill off. Turn the drills off and just watch it all recover. It's fine. Your miners have too much production. Yeah, they do. Dudum. Yeah. Yeah, so this has always been the problem with Hydroneer, is that when it doesn't matter if you hide it all, it's still rendering it. And so I did this with 1,000 drills on 1.7, and we did the thumper drills. I did 1,000 of those. I had them all lined up, all done, all proper, all probably like done, and it was literally running into one harvester, and it chugged down to like 5 FPS. So the amount that's on the screen when they're fully running is more than 1,000 drills from the old version of the game. And the fact the animations go against it as well, which does suck. And maybe adding adding a conveyor belt down the bottom to compress all the gems might work. I don't know, but it could do. It could take away some of that lag as well. It's just one of those things. You have to try all these different things. Before, when I did this on the original versions, 2.0 and around that, I never had to touch that. You know, the gems worked perfectly and everything else just worked. It does seem to be that I think the snow, because the snow is always a factor that could cause an issue with graphics as well. We never had snow in the original, so that could be a problem. It could be the fact that the night sky is a little bit more detailed. It could be the fact that there's lots of things that it could be that causes a little bit more stress on the computer. If you went over AFK overnight, you'd have over 10 million hardstone in the morning. But where is the fun in that when you could add 50 drills and exactly? I like getting to that point where I can test it up, and so my main thing is I wanted to get to 100. And that involved the small drills and the big drills. And the reason why is because 100's a good number, right? If I can run 100 drills, then I'll run 100 drills, and I can build around it. If I can add more, then I will. I don't know what that's going to look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye out on what Matt does, because Higgs boson Matt builds big, which is fine. I want to see how his PC handles it, and if it handles it okay, then I can sort of follow. My PC's not as powerful as his though, that's the problem. Do you think moving the hardstone right next to the harvester would help with lag? No. Because you're still going to have the same amount of hardstone on the belt. There's your problem. The problem is you've got all of the stuff on this belt here that's going to come up this belt and run up here. Then you've got all the stuff that's going to be coming out of here and going into sort. That's the problem. Your problem is everything in general, not just one thing. And that's always been the problem with Hydroneer, is you have to deal with the lag and everything just to have something. So if you get to a number like 100, that's a good number to have. So for me, what I might do is I might fill up the whole place with drills. So I might put loads and loads of layers in, but only have 100 of those working, just because that would be a good number to have. I think that's just how I'm going to have to be. There might be a time where I actually try to run every single one of them, but I don't think it'll work. We shall see. But yeah, split the system to run 2 harvesters. No point. It's still going to run the same amount of stuff. So at that point, you're just going to be running the same amount of stuff in the same area and nothing's going to change. That's the problem. The only way to really change it, and I really do honestly mean this, the only way to change it is something has to be done with the optimization of the game. That's literally it. I would think though that we have all the high volume items near the smelter would help. Less time. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the gem compressors could be part of the problem. So having the gem compressors all the way up here could be an issue. In Season 3 though, I never had that problem. Never. Even when I was running Tier 3. The problem with when you run Tier 3 is that Tier 3 is so powerful that you couldn't do anything about it. And that was the main issue. Because you would end up with having like we've gone through the numbers before, but for a Tier 3 drill, it's you produce one piece of dirt. Hello, how you doing, Yellow? You produce one piece of dirt every second. So a Tier 3 drill is just going chug, 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 chug. And when it's doing that, it's producing a piece of dirt. With these, the big drills produce 3 lumps of dirt per rotation. So when you're producing 3 lumps of dirt per rotation, you're producing extra. Now, being that we've turned up the amount that they can put out because of the little things we put onto the intake, they're now running faster. So they're not just running, let's say they're running 3 pieces of dirt every 3-4 seconds. So every 3 seconds it rotates and it drops another 3. Now it's rotating every 2 seconds or every second and it's dropping 3 pieces of dirt, which means it's doubled its output. Same with the other drills. So everything's now doubled its output, which means the harvester is now working double, which means you've got double everything on the conveyor belts. And it doesn't matter at that point because you're like, crap. Yeah, I don't think it'll work. That's the problem. Because the overall amount is just so much, it doesn't matter. And moving it from there to there isn't much of a change. So you have to take that into consideration as well. In an ideal world, yes, it would work. Well, it wouldn't work. But it would work as in it would order it out and it would be happier. But then you'd have to sort out your cabling. You're gonna have to mess around with the size of the conveyor belt because this has got an intake on the side of it as well. So yeah, I would love to be able to support you in other channels and see and play stuff on other games. Have you made it yet? And if so, what is it called? What? Okay, so this channel is the one that most people are probably going to end up like looking into supporting, which would be appreciated and nice, and thank you very much for everything. My other channel, I've built it. I haven't added anything to it because I literally put it together the other day, and yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody about it. Well, I'm telling you about it, but it's going to be on the internet somewhere. I'm not going to drop a link or anything because I want it's sort of a social experiment at the same time. I want to build that channel naturally under its own steam and see where it goes. Alright? And I know it's going to sound horrible. I actually don't want anybody to know it's me. I just want it to be its own entity. So, and if it does blow up and it's like, hey, you know, my other channel's on like 50,000 subscribers, here's the link, then you go over there. But until then, that channel is literally just a project. It's an idea. It's something that I want to try, and it's something I've been saying for the last couple of years. I'm like, I want to give this a go. I want to try it. And away from every bit of branding I own or anyone that actually knows about it, I started a whole new channel and everything. And now, over time, I'm just going to upload a few videos to it and see how it goes. Because it's a bit like... It's like how Mr. Beast has put it. He wouldn't be able to start another channel if it was him as the main person. So it's the same thing on his. It's like with if I was to tell people about another channel that I'm going to be involved in, it sort of falsifies the numbers a bit because some people from this channel will go, oh, I'll go over there and help support, and you guys might not watch those videos either, which goes against the channel. So I want to build it up naturally. Can you compress dirt? No. I'd reduce lag by blowing. See, we used to be able to compress dirt because that's when the big boulders came in, and that's when we used to have the mulchers. Now we don't have those because the dirt's quite small, and the harvester is so big it doesn't matter. But no, a compressor would be pretty cool for dirt, or just that size change maybe. But yeah, it's Hydroneer. And unfortunately, with Hydroneer comes the problem. It's how do you optimize this? And it's not easy. Especially when you've got so many moving parts now. I would say that the main issue, and I know this is going to sound bad, even though I like the design of the bigger drills, the main issue is the animations. It does kill the frame. So I think the idea is to build more conservative and actually be able to have a build that works and not just mess your system up just because you think, hey, I'm going to go bigger, it'll be a laugh. You're going to burn out you're going to burn something out before you actually have it finished. Messes with subscribers' expectations. Exactly. So that's the other thing, Patrick. It's like, for me, it's like there's 20,000 people who subscribe to this channel. Well, 20,550 last time I saw. And I don't know what, less than 10% of those people actually watch the content in this channel now. So even if everyone knew I had a second channel and you all went over and subscribed, I'd still be expecting those numbers. It's not going to be as much. So that's why I want to keep it like completely separate. That it is going to be slightly, so the other channel is going to be faceless as well. I'm not putting a camera on it. So it's going to be different to that. I'm actually looking into more scripting it out as well. So when it comes to a video, I'm actually going to be like writing out a script sort of thing and trying to like make it more sort of like direct in what it's going to do. Well, more bullet points because then I can work on that. I suck at scripting. So when it comes to scripting, because I sit there and read it literally, there's like no emotion. But if I put a bullet point up saying, be excited for this to happen, and I'll be like, oh my god, and just go from there. But yeah, if it works, so this is how I want it to be. If it works, I will tell people about it. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't matter. That's the thing. I'm giving myself, I'm going to give myself 2 years on it and see how it goes. But the idea is to try and take everything I've learned from this channel and put it over there, simultaneously working on this one as well. And that's the plan. You guys can go out there and try and find it if you want. I mean, you won't find it now because there's nothing on it. It's literally just a channel. It doesn't have any content at all. But the idea is that at some point I want to, I just want to basically try something different and just have fun with it and see where it goes. So yeah, hopefully it'll be alright. Anyways, on that note, I'm going to go to bed because I'm shattered from today and my foot still hurts and I want it to stop. So I'm going to take some painkillers and I'll knock myself out and then, I'll wake up in the morning and hopefully I'll be able to walk. Is it a full-time venture for you? It's basically YouTube is my part-time life. And the reason why I say it's my part-time life is because I'm a full-time carer, right? If YouTube ever panned out for me and I was able to earn $5,000 a month, that would cover all our bills and we'd be able to live semi-comfortably. Unfortunately, I don't make $5,000 a month. I don't ever really make $1,000 a month. I make less than that, and it's not a full-time gig if I can't afford the bills. So it's a part-time thing, and that's just how it is. So take that as you will and go from there. And the only way for me to make this channel my full-time job is to make better videos and for more people to watch them. But if I'm getting more subscribers and less people are watching, it's not really working out the way it should be. So I've got to try something else in the back of my head to try and go from where I want to be. And OnlyFans is not an option. I think it would be like devastating to the world if I turned up on OnlyFans. But there you go. That's where I see it, And it would be nice, but we'll see how things go. So until my next video, live stream, or whatever else is on the channel, I will be back tomorrow. We will be doing a bit more Hydroneer. I need to get to 100 drills, and then we need to like sort out a bit of a build, and we'll go from there. And then on Sunday, it'll probably be like a Sunday chill stream with, I want to do a bit of Fallout 4, really. So I'll do a couple of hours on that. You know, we'll start at maybe like 6:30, 7, finish at about 9:30, see how things go. But apart from that, it's all good. So until then, I'm going to say peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. Have a great rest of your weekend if I don't see you before. And I'll see you all later. Boom. Fist bump to you.